Hey, it's Deborah Atkinson. I'm the founder of Flipping 50, and a friend shared those with me. I wanted to share them with you, and I also want to share this with you. If you tell me your exercise schedule, I may be able to tell you why it's not working if that's the way you're feeling. So I'm going to give you 3 points today, and there are far more than that, but these are the biggest ones. And I'm guessing that one or more of these is going to resonate with you. So first of all, if this is backward, never mind what's behind the curtain. This is really for me to stay on track so we can work through this together in just a few minutes and get you some answers. So I'm going to use cue cards and they're here. So the first one is you're doing the anytime, any type workout. And what I mean by that is, let's say you meant to work out in the morning and then the morning got away from you and your day is busy. Maybe you're off to work, you're back to the office, you're commuting. And so you say at the end of the day, I'm going to do that workout. That's what I mean. And where's that wrong? Here's where it's wrong. So let's say that morning workout was meant to be high intensity. It was interval training. If you do that same workout late in the day, potentially that's going to cause problems for you and not have the benefits that it would have if you did it early in the day. So listen carefully to this because this will not fit and you'll need to say it again to hear it. And that is this, that sometimes skipping the workout then because you weren't able to do it in the morning and doing instead something lighter later makes more sense for hormone balance. And in the end, that may mean more energy for you. And if weight loss is your goal, and I know not every one of us, women in menopause or postmenopause, needs weight loss. We just want to optimize our aging. And or maybe we need to gain lean muscle mass and weight overall. And so I'm inclusive of everybody, but this is true for all of us. So that high intensity workout needs to be early in the day. It's called intense early and light late. That little alliteration is the number 2 tenet of Flipping 50. So try not to just do any workout any time of day when it fits. Higher intensity earlier in the day, lighter later in the day, much more beneficial. Number 2, you may be substituting Pilates and yoga for strength training or thinking that that actually is enough muscle stimulus, and it is not. So as estrogen goes down at midlife and then stays down for the rest of our lives, unless you're doing hormone replacement, but even for those of us who opt to do that, personal preference, you've still had that decline. We've had that initial decline, and so we've had that little speed bump somewhere along our lives. And if we've had any period of time, say a pandemic, where we were not lifting weights as much as we were prior to it and just didn't get into the groove, didn't know how to start at home, we're at a loss for those things, or we're only doing yoga and Pilates, it's not enough stimulus. Now, don't shoot the messenger. I am actually a certified or registered yoga instructor, and I am a certified mat and reformer Pilates instructor as well, and have had a reformer for 13 to 15 years. Can't remember which it was, but it's still not enough stimulus to overcome that loss of estrogen. So estrogen is a stimulator for lean muscle mass. So when that's gone, we've got to rely on other things. Heavy strength training is that other thing. Now, yoga and Pilates have their place. They're fabulous for helping to decrease cortisol levels and to work on what I call stabilizing muscles, global stabilizers. So those muscles that are surrounding your joints, to get them to actually pay attention. Now it's like firing a 6-cylinder car versus driving a 4-cylinder car that just doesn't have as much juice, not going to get as good a result. So doing the yoga and the Pilates will keep you in better alignment, probably more injury-free, better mobility, and that's going to get you better results when you're doing muscle strengthening work with strength training, weight training, literally picking up heavy things. That's important. We've got to have that kind of stimulus. That helps your longevity. So you've got to stimulate muscle in order to increase your metabolism and or your energy level. So That's two. Number three is you're doing something every day. And you're gonna say, what? Thought I had to move every day, and you do, but there's a big difference between movement every day. Say walking your 13-and-a-half-year-old dog and moving and getting out regularly, maybe gardening or golfing and just taking a walk. That kind of movement all day, yes, try to fit it in whenever you can. But that's not about a heart rate or a distance or getting breathless. That's just about moving instead of sitting, okay? But then exercise-wise, you could do something most days of the week, but almost everybody, we should all, if we're very active, have recovery days. When we're primarily resting and doing that movement, cleaning the house all day, right? Being active with kids or grandkids all day, doing fun things, going on a hike, but not necessarily qualifying that as exercise, doing it because you're gonna see a great new venue, or you're going exploring, you're gonna hike and talk with a friend. Those things are movement and they're very useful. But if you're strength training, say you learned and yes, I'm doing strength training, but then you're taking group fitness classes, and at the end of that next class, there's muscle conditioning exercises. If you're doing strength training one day and you're doing those more muscle conditioning exercises the next day, you're not allowing your muscles to recover between exercise. Sometime after age 40, all of us, you compared to younger you, not all of us collectively need X amount of the same recovery. We're each a little bit unique. In fact, that's a unique thing that happens when you're 18, you're 25, and you're 30. You're like no other person your same age. Olympic athletes, say on a team, doing the same training schedule, don't all adapt in the same positive way. They all need different levels of, some of them may need a day off when the rest of the team can actually do their thing. So we're very unique. It's like a thumbprint with the amount of recovery we need. But what we do know is after 40, almost all of us do better with more recovery time between those challenging workouts. The problem with exercise as we age is not that we need to do less. We need to do it. We need to actually have more intensity. We need intensity more than younger people do, because we have to have that extra stimulus. Listen to that again. We, over 40 and definitely over 50, need more intensity than 20 and 30-year-olds do, because they've already got muscle mass on their side. We've been losing that muscle mass for decades now, and we've got to get that stimulus back in there. We also have more urgency, right? We're going to be 30 and 40 and 50 years away from when we started losing that muscle easier than gaining it. We need to stay strong. We need to get strong right now. And then we need to, if you need to, recover and stage that comeback after the pandemic if you've not been as active as you intended to be. So strength training, yes, but then recover between. You can absolutely be active. You might be able to be doing yoga, going for a walk. You could do high intensity interval training when you're not doing strength training, but give it about 72 hours is the best rest and recovery rate. And your muscles will tell you if you're still sore and you're trying to do Monday and Wednesday, which is only 48 hours, take another day. About 90% of the people that I work with are shocked to realize when they go from Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts to Monday and Thursday only every week, they actually see better results because they're working harder, picking up heavier weights, and feeling better doing it. Isn't that the biggest part, right? If we enjoy it, we're going to tend to rinse and repeat and want to do it again. There I have it. 3 things. Number 1, don't do just any exercise anytime. Get really specific. Number 2, make sure you have adequate strength training stimulus. You got to reach muscle fatigue. Number 3, not every day. Recover as hard and as often as you're working out. Okay, there you have it. If you've got questions, I would love it if you would drop them below. If this was valuable, I would love it if you'd save it and share it with a friend. And if you need more support, you have about 5 more days. The 10-day Hot Not Bothered challenge that I offer a couple of times a year, and it's not planned. I don't know when I'll offer it again, but we are closing. And right now, if you get in, you have access to the mobility videos. So like yoga and Pilates, you will feel better before you even start. That means you're more mobile, you're going through full range of motion. You will feel better when you do the exercises with me. For 10 days, I'm gonna whisper in your ear with an audio of how is the exercise you're doing today positively influencing your hormones, so that you can gain more lean muscle tissue, so that you can have more exercise, so that you can sleep. What's the connection? Because I know that when you and I know why we're doing what someone says to do, we will be compliant, we'll be committed, and it makes sense. And we feel like, okay, I can connect the dots between where I am right now and where I want to go and how that's actually going to help. That's what I want to give you. So I'll put the link down below. It's flipping50.com/HNB, standing for Hot Not Bothered Dash Challenge. And I hope I'll see you on the flip side.